All right, so the next batter. Somebody's telling me, yeah, you're on air on the radio. Inside, and I guess he called time. Did he hit the bat? Okay. You can turn it off right there. So Kellyon Fuentes is at the plate. There's called a strike. And so 2-1 now the count. Runner and the previous batter struck out. I'm sorry about that. We've got problems here with the equipment for those listening. All right, so here's the next pitch. 2-2 the count. Good changeup. Got her swinging. That is out number 2. What a good pitch there by Cat Marcus. And these guys are, man. First pitch to the left-hander is a little bit high and outside. It's Faith Rivera at the plate, the catcher. Wears number 12 on her jersey. Runner down at first base is the opening walk, Aubrey Hernandez. She's been stranded there. 2 straight strikeouts. There's a foul ball down the left side for strike 1. 1-1 now the count with 2 outs. We're in the top of the first if you're just joining us. If you're listening on the radio, the girls from Artesia wearing solid orange uniforms with white socks, white numbers and letters. Carlsbad in their solid blue. Here's your pitch. It's going to be a bouncer up the middle. Jenna Whitmire will get it and go across, touch second base unassisted, and that will be out number 3. So no runs, no hits, no walks, or 1 walk. There was no errors as the Artesia Lady Bulldogs will come in to bat, and leading them off will be Kat Marcus, followed by Tessa Yates and Caden Apodaca. We'll take a break, and I'll see if I can figure out what's going on with this equipment, and we'll be back.
Smile Expressions in Artesia encourages you to treat your teeth to a spring cleaning. You'll have healthier teeth and gums, fresher breath, and brighter teeth. Plus, you'll be reducing risk for dental problems and improving your overall health. To schedule your dental spring cleaning, call Smile Expressions 575-746-1900 or request an appointment from our website, artesiadentist.com. Quality dental care, hometown comfort. That's Smile Expressions in Artesia. Looking for professional window tinting services? Look no further than Reliable Tint in Artesia. Located at 1502 South First Street, they specialize in auto and residential window tinting, as well as glass replacement for windshields, side and rear glass. But that's not all. They now offer advanced technology, rock chip, and crack repair, ensuring your vehicle stays in top shape. Open Monday through Saturday, Reliable Tint is here for all of your tinting and glass needs. Call them today, 575-616-9163. Reliable Tint in Artesia, where quality meets reliability.
Hi, Bulldog fans. Welcome back here to the MAC as the Artesia Lady Bulldogs are hosting the Carlsbad Cave Girls. Carlsbad Cave Girls out warming up right now. And pitching for Carlsbad. And I'm going to pull up my roster again. Is Kellyon Fuentes, number 20. So how to bring to the bat, Kat Marcus. So Kat will step in, and the first pitch from Fuentes is about to be coming our way. Here's the pitch. Down and in, ball 1. Here's the next pitch, 1-0 the count. And the pitch. Swung on, it's a little bloop in the middle. It will fall, but the second baseman will get it and get it over in time. And that is out number 1.
Next coming up the bat for your Bulldogs, number 12, Tessa Yates.
So coming up to bat will be Tessa Yates. She'll step in on the right side. Number 2 hitter in the lineup. And so she'll wait for her first pitch. And the pitch. Good pitch. Looked like it was called a little bit too low, though. I'm waiting on the umpire. He is real slow on giving us his hand signal, so I can't tell you for sure. Next pitch, called a strike. So strike 1. 1-1 now the count to Tessa. On deck is Caden Apodaca, and in the hole, Kinsley Rodriguez for the Bulldogs. Here's the pitch, down and in, ball 2, 2-1 now the count. All right, so waiting the next pitch. 2-1 the count to Tessa. There's a hit to the left side. Third baseman does cut it off in time in the 6 hole. Throws it across. 5-3 to put out. That'll be out. Number 2 on the ground out.
Now coming to the plate, number 24, your first baseman, Caden Apodaca.
So Caden now will step in, batting in the 3 hole with 2 down. Try to get a 2-out rally going here. Waiting on the pitch from Fuentes. And the pitch, right down the middle, called strike 1. And I just called it even though he hadn't told us yet. So 0-1 the count to Caden. Kinsley Rodriguez on deck and Jenna Whitmire in the hole for the Lady Bulldogs. As again, they try to get a 2-out rally going here. 0-0, bottom of the first. Here's the pitch, and she couldn't stop her swing. Good pitch here. Broke down and in, or down and away, I should say. So the count now 0-2 on Caden as she steps back in. Fuentes looks at her sign. Now she's ready to go. And the pitch. Swung on, fouled it back into the net, so she stays alive on a pretty good pitch. Here's the 0-2. Oh, got her to chase. Ball was dropped, but she'll throw it down, and that'll be out number 3. So the Bulldogs go down in order. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base as we go into the top of the second inning. It is 0-0. We'll be right back.
Hi, this is Danny Kirkendall with Guy Chevrolet Company in Artesia. We're celebrating 100 years in business here on the corner of 1st and Main in Artesia, and we invite you to come see us for your new Chevy, GMC, or a just perfect pre-owned vehicle. Our GM certified team is ready to assist you, so give us a call at 575-746-3551 or visit us online at guychevy.com.
Guy Chevrolet celebrating 100 years at the corner of 1st and Main in downtown Artesia.
Don't miss the spring showers bargains this week at Fenn's Country Market in Artesia. Select varieties of American Beauty pasta are 4 for $5, and select boxes of Kellogg's breakfast cereals are $4.98 each. In produce, green asparagus is $1.79 a pound, and Roma tomatoes are 2 pounds for $1. In the meat department, family packs of fresh 73% lean ground beef are $3.29 a pound, and family packs of fryer thighs or drumsticks are 99 cents a pound. These are some of the spring shower savings this week at Fenn's Country Market in Artesia.
Make people mad. You get to go after the Carlsbad people. Hello, Bulldog fans. We are back here. Joby Hodling with you on KSVP Radio. And the first batter coming up for Carlsbad, a swing and a miss for number 11, Weldon. Next pitch, that should be a strike as well, and I think he did. He did call it a strike. Just tells us really slow. 0-2 the count. Weldon at the plate. She'll look at a ball as that one skips through low. On deck is Ali Madrid, and in the hole, Kendra Ortega for the Carlsbad Cave Girls. 1-2 now the count here in the top of the second inning. Nobody out. First batter at the plate, Paris Weldon. She is the second baseman. She's going to foul that one off to the right side and out of play. So the count remains 1-2. Aguilar, Collins, Yates from left to right. Rodriguez, Whitmire, Montoya, and Apodaca third to first. And Hammond is catching Marquez for the Lady Bulldogs defense. Again, if you're watching on the radio, they're wearing orange, solid orange. White numbers and letters and white socks. There's a great pitch, change of speed, and that is a swing and a miss for out number 1 here in the top of the second inning.
Now coming to the plate, number 9, Ali Madrid. Everything about softball, the competition is getting hype.
First pitch, a little pop fly over to the left. It's going to be foul. Giving chase over there was Rodriguez, but couldn't get to it in no man's land. As she went, that's going to be strike number 2. She tried to check her swing on a good, looking maybe like a rise ball. 0-2 now the count. And the pitch, that's a little bit high. She did not chase that one. It's a good pitch, though, to try to get her to chase. So 1-2 now the count. Bulldog defense playing pretty much straight away. Here's the pitch. A little bit high, a little bit outside, ball 2. To Ali Madrid, number 9. She is the right fielder for the Cave Girls. So the 2-2 pitch with 1 out. Inside, ball 3, so a full count now. And actually out in right field, Tessa's kind of guarding the line over there. Pretty big gap because out in center field, Cambry Collins for the Bulldogs is really over to the left, so there's a huge right field gap. Good pitch, got her to swing and miss. Ball was dropped. Going to toss it down to first, and that'll be out number 2 on the drop third strike. 2-3, the throwdown. That's going to bring number 14, Kendra Ortega, the first baseman for the Cave Girls, to the plate, as she'll step in on the right side. Kat Marcus, the pitcher, ready to go. Her catcher, Hammond, scoots out way outside. There's a swing. That's going to get through the 6-hole. Good diving effort over there by Kinsley Rodriguez, but a good shot, and that's a seeing eye single for the first hit of the ball game, which is going to bring to the plate number 17, Bianca Villa, the center fielder for the Carlsbad Cave Girls, and she bats from the left side. So they've had a runner on the base path each time, have the Cave Girls. First inning was on a walk, and now a single. And that pitch just missed outside for ball 1. 1-0 the count with 2 down here in the top of the second inning. Bianca Villa steps back in, and getting down in the inside is Hammond. Here's the pitch. Just a little bit low, ball 2. On deck is number 2, Katrina Ortega. And then we're back to the top of the order. Number 4, Aubrey Hernandez is in the hole. Here's the pitch. A little bit outside, ball 3, and then a throw down, not in time. All right, so 3-0 the count. Villa steps back in. Marquez ready to go. Here's the wind in the pitch. Right down the middle. She swings at it. Had the green light. Fouled it back into the netting for strike one, so the count now goes to 3-1. Out in left field, Aguilar playing kind of on the line too, so they're guarding the lines here at the ballpark. Here's the 3-1. Good cut. Fouled it back, though, and a good pitch from Marcus, so that brings the count to full count with 2 down, so the runner will be off and going here at first base. And Marcus looking to just put it into play or strike her out. Here's the wind and the pitch. Way outside. That is ball 4, so that'll bring to the plate number 2, Katrina Ortega, the shortstop for the Cave Girls, as she'll step in to face Marcus for the first time. Bats from the right side. She's got runners at first and second. So the Bulldogs got an out at all 3 bases. Here's the pitch. There's a swing. That's a good hit. That might be out of here. And you know what? That's a 3-run shot by the number 9 hitter in the lineup. She got every piece of that ball, hit it out of the ballpark. 3-0. That was a 2-out home run, and again by number 9 in the lineup. So they're number 9 in the lineup is not normally a home run hitter, but Katrina Ortega just shows she can do it. She hit it well over the right or the left field fence. So the Carlsbad Cave Girls now lead here in the top of the second with 2 outs, and that'll bring number 4 Aubrey Hernandez to the plate, the third baseman for the Cave Girls, and good shot out there by that young lady. She just drove it out of the ballpark. So the ball comes back into the ballpark. They get it in, and Hammond hands it to the umpire. And we're ready to go. Marquez with the wind in the pitch. A little bit high. Ball 1 to number 4, Aubrey Hernandez. She walked her first time through. She'll step back in. The wind and the pitch. That's going to be called a strike. That's 1-1. Great pitch there on the outside corner. So 1-1 now the count. Marcus again ready with the pitch. A little bit high and outside. Ball 2, 2-1. Now the count. On deck is Michaela Chester, and in the hole, Kaleon Fuentes for the Carlsbad Cave Girls as they try to keep a 2-out rally going. They got 2 down and then got 2 runners aboard and then a home run. Good pitch, swing and a miss. Count goes to 2-2. So Marcus fighting back here after giving up that 3-run shot. Here's the wind and the pitch. Swing and a miss, and she got her. And that'll end the threat. But Carlsbad gets 2 hits. They score 3 runs. They leave nobody on the base path. Artesia does not have any errors. So as we go into the bottom of the second, it is 3-0 in favor of Carlsbad. We'll be back.
Reload Camp is back for 2025. This year's camp will take place April 12th and 13th in Portales at Eastern New Mexico University. Reload 2025 includes national-level trainers, college coaches from all levels, and former NFL players. Campers will experience drilling, field and classroom sessions, recruiting seminars, and guest speakers, and will leave compelled not only to be a dynamic presence on the football field, but even a better person off the field. Cost is $295. Register now at qbimpact.com/reloadcamp. This ad provided by Hawker & Sons.
Family owned and operated for 4 generations, Forest Tire is here to service all your tire needs day and night. With your busy travel schedule, what you need is a tire that can keep up. Like the exceptionally long-lasting Michelin Defender tire with an 80,000-mile warranty and the safety you expect. You can lose track of time and focus on what really matters. For all your tire needs, brakes and alignments too, Forest Tire Company is a friend you can always count on. Forest Tire, keeping you rolling since 1944.
All right, well, welcome back here to the ballpark as the Artesia Bulldogs come into the plate.
Back for your Bulldogs, number 7, Kinsley Rodriguez.
Is number 7, Kinsley Rodriguez. Batting in the 4-hole here in game 1. She steps in to face the pitcher Fuentes. First swing, it's going to be a base rip into left field on the first pitch she sees, so she'll round first with a nice opening single here in the bottom of the second inning. Bulldogs down 3-0 here if you're just joining us. And that's going to bring Jenna Whitmire to the plate, the shortstop for the Bulldogs. Jenna wears number 14 on her jersey, and she'll step in. And the first pitch from Fuentes, down and in, ball one. So 1-0 the count. Yeah. So 1-0 the count. And here's the pitch from Fuentes. High, ball two. Tried to change up there, and it kind of floated on her. So 2-0 the count now to Jenna. On deck for the Bulldogs is center fielder number 13, Cambry Collins, and in the hole number 4, Jade Hammond. Here's the wind and the pitch from Fuentes. Swing and a miss. Good pitch. Good cut at it, but come up empty. So 2-1 now the count with nobody out. Fuentes looks at her wristband to get the pitch, and here's her wind and the pitch. Whoop, she kind of waved at it, got by the catcher. I didn't think she saw it, but she finally did. So Rodriguez hustles down to second. She was kind of just stepping back to first, but then realized the ball had skipped away. So she now stands in scoring position with nobody out. Whitmire with a 2-2 count will shorten up here. Try to drive one somewhere. Defense for Carlsbad. Playing pretty straight away, playing real deep out in right field. Infield playing straight away. Here's the wind and the pitch. Swing and a miss. Took a big good cut, but come up empty did Whitmire, and that is out, number 1. So that's going to bring number 13, center fielder, Cambry Collins, to the plate.
Now coming up the bat, the center fielder, number 13, Cambry Collins.
Cambry will step in on the left side. On deck, Jade Hammond. In the hole, Adriana Montoya for the Lady Bulldogs. As they're trying to get these 3 runs back plus. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. She was behind on that one. That's a good pitch, good fastball, and Cambry just a little bit late, so she'll step back in. And the wind and the pitch. Called strike 2. No, he did call it a strike. Man, just takes him a while to tell us. That was kind of out there on the white of the right-handed batter box, but called a strike nonetheless, so a wide strike zone. 0-2 the count. Collins ready to go. That's the same exact pitch, but this time he didn't call it a strike. Man. So 1-2 now the count. So Fuentes fires the ball into her own glove. Now looks at the sign on her arm, her wristband. Here's the pitch. And she got it away. Way behind again was Collins. So that is out. Number 2 in the inning. It's back-to-back strikeouts after the leadoff single.
Jade Hammond.
So that'll bring number 4, Jade Hammond, to the plate. She'll step in on the right side. 2 down. Bulldogs looking to do what Carlsbad did in their half. Get a 2-out rally going. Here's the wind and pitch from Fuentes. High and away, ball 1. So 1-0 the count. This is the first of a doubleheader tonight. We'll be here for the second game as well. Beautiful day here, man. I don't see a cloud in the sky. Bright, clear blue skies. There's a big cut and a miss for strike 1. Lady Bulldogs, the ones that have struck out, have been a little behind on Fuentes' fastball. That might have been a rise ball. In any case, they're going to have to speed up their bats. Here's the wind and the 1-1. And that's high and away, ball 2. 2-1 now the count. On deck is number 2, Ariana Montoya, and in the hole, number 9, Michaela Lujan for the Bulldogs. As again, they want to get a 2-out rally going here. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss way behind. And that was out number 3 on the strikeout. So the Bulldogs do get a hit, their first hit of the ballgame, but no runs. There were no Carlsbad errors, and they leave one runner on the base path. When we come back, it'll be the top of the 3rd inning right here on KSVP Radio and KSVPTV.com.
Innovation, service, integrity, and knowledge. J.S. Ward and Son Insurance Agency. Auto and home, life and health, personal and commercial. Bonds too, since 1925, we have the coverage for you. Innovation, service, integrity, and knowledge. J.S. Ward and Son Insurance Agency.
Mustang lovers, mark your calendars. Thursday, April 17th is National Mustang Day, and Artesia Ford Sales is the place to be. Bring your Mustang, classic or modern, and show it off alongside fellow enthusiasts. Join us for a day of horsepower, history, and fun at Artesia Ford. Snap photos, swap stories, and celebrate the legend of the Mustang with us. Cruise in, show off, and let's make Mustang Day unforgettable. Artesia Ford Sales, where the Mustang spirit lives on.
All right, the top of the 3rd inning coming up here at the MAC, home of the Lady Bulldogs softball team. The Carlsbad Cave Girls lead right now 3-0 after a 3-run shot in the top half of the 2nd inning. Got them the lead, and that was by number 2, Katrina Ortega. And now up to the plate for the Carlsbad Cave Girls is number 6, Michaela Chester. Here's the wind and the pitch. Swing and a fly ball to the right side. That's going to be Tessie Yates giving chase, but gets out of the field of play, and that is strike 1. So a high fly ball down the right field line. It just keeps tailing off. So she was behind that fastball of Kat Marquez. 0-1 the count. And the pitch. Swing, and it's a ground ball to the left side. Good job over there by the 3rd baseman for the Bulldogs, Kinsley Rodriguez. As she goes hard to her left, about 1 full step, picks up the ball, throws it across way in time. 5-3 the put out. Rodriguez to Apodaca. And that is out number 1, and that's going to bring to the plate number 20, Kellyanne Fuentes, the pitcher. She'll step in on the right side. And the pitch. Swung on, fouled off to the right side and out or into the net for strike 1. So 0-1 the count with 1 out. We're in the top of the 3rd inning here at the ballpark as Carlsbad currently leads the Bulldogs 3-0. Fuentes, number 3 hitter in the lineup, and the pitcher looks at ball 1 inside. 1-1 the count. On deck is number 12, Faith Rivera, the catcher, and in the hole, number 11, Paris Weldon, the 2nd baseman for Carlsbad. I'll give you the Bulldog defense after this pitch. Here's the wind in the 1-1. Swung on. That's going to be hit well out to left field. And the left fielder for the Bulldogs, Aguilar, misread it, overrun it. And so going into second base, standing up for the double, was Kellyanne Fuentes, the pitcher. So with 1 out, they get a double. And so speaking of the defense, Aguilar, Collins, and Yates, left to right. Rodriguez, Whitmire, Montoya, and Apodaca from 3rd to 1st, with Hammond catching the pitcher, Marcus. So that'll bring the number 4 hitter in the lineup, the catcher, number 12, Faith Rivera, to the plate. So there's a swing. That's going to be a base hit to the right side. But that's going to go all the way to the fence. It's going to be an RBI double, and she'll go into second base standing up. So the second baseman for the Bulldogs, Montoya, unable to field that one. It just went under her glove to her right. She tried to backstab it and got through. And now we're going to have a courtesy runner coming in, number 10. That's Dacia Nieto for the Carlsbad Cave Girls. So Paris Weldon will step in, the second baseman for the Cave Girls, batting in the 5 hole. She'll have a runner in scoring position at second base and 1 out. And Carlsbad now leading 4-0 over the Lady Bulldogs. Here's the wind and the pitch. Swung on. That's going to be another base hit. Left side, 6-hole. Goes off. That's going to be an error out there on the left fielder. So it's a base hit and an error as the runner does score from second and probably would not have. So they just swap again. So 3 times in a row they go to second and the runner comes home. Now it's going to bring number 9, Ali Madrid, to the plate, the right fielder. And it is now 5-0 Carlsbad. Here's the wind and the pitch. Way up high. It's a wild pitch, and that's going to move the runner down 60 feet and to third base. So 1-0 the count to Madrid. Kendra Ortega on deck and Bianca Villa in the hole. As Marcus gets ready to go here, shakes off the first pitch. Still looking. Now she's ready to go. And the pitch. Way outside, ball 2. So with 1 out, a runner down at third, and a 2-0 count. Marcus steps back onto the plate. Pitcher's plate. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Good. Great pitch, in fact. So 2-1 now the count with 1 out. So here's the 2-1 count with 1 out. Up high, ball 3. As Madrid will take a step back, the right fielder. And get ready to step back in here to face Marquez with a 3-1 count. Runner at third base. Shortstop is playing in some. That's going to be ball 4, and it gets just underneath the catcher for the Bulldogs, Hammond, but she gets it quickly, so the runner stays put. And that puts them on the corners with only 1 out. So we'll see what Carlsbad does here if they try to get the runner going. And Hammond's going to step out and give the sign to her infield on what we're going to do if the runner does go. So the infield middle playing back, and they don't know what the call was. Here's the pitch. Runner does go, but catcher indifferent. She's just going to hold on to it. So that was called a strike. 0-1 the count to number 14, Kendra Ortega, the first baseman. She now has 2 runners in scoring position at second and third. Here's the wind and the pitch. Swing, and that's going to be down the line. Just foul. As the left fielder, Aguilar, will go gather that up in the corner. As the ball comes back in. Kinsley will give it to Katrina. And everybody's ready to go. Here's the pitch. Swing and a foul ball back into the net. So the count remains, or goes to 0-2 now to number 11, number 14, Kendra Ortega. Ortega, the first baseman, steps back in. She's batting from the right side. She has 2 runners in scoring position. And the pitch, swing, and it's a ground ball up the middle. Whitmire will just go to first. Will give up that run. It'll now be 6-0. And 2 down, 6-3 the put out. If we're playing in right there, you cut the runner off, but they chose to play back. So really her only play was to go to first base, and she made a flawless throw over. So that'll bring number 17, Bianca Villa, to the plate. And the pitch, swing on, and it's fouled back for strike 1. She's batting in the 8 hole. So on deck is number 2, Katrina Ortega. Then back to the top of the order, number 4, Aubrey Hernandez is in the hole as Villa steps back in. 0-1 the count, 2 down, runner at third. The pitch just outside, maybe a little bit high. So 1-1 now the count. So she steps back in. Here's the 1-1 count, and that's a little bit high and outside. Ball 2, throw down, not in time. As Rodriguez puts the tag down, but she was in there safely, easily. So 2-1 now the count to Villa. The wind and the pitch. Swung on. It's foul ball. Went off of her and into the field of play. So Hammond went ahead and fielded it and threw it down to first, but it was called a foul ball immediately by the umpire. All right, so 2-2 now the count to Villa. Bulldogs again just trying to get out of this inning. They gave up 3 in the top of the second, now 3 in the top of the third, and they do with a great pitch. Swing and a miss, and that is out number 3. 3 hits. There was 1 error, 3-run score, and 1 runner left on base as we go into the bottom of the fourth, 6-0 in favor of Carlsbad. We'll be back.
Did you know that God values relationships? At Faith Baptist Church, we exist to begin, build, and broaden a relationship with God and with others. We want a relationship with God through faith in His Son, Jesus Christ, as our Savior. And we also want a relationship with others in a healthy biblical community. Did you know that God values relationships? As we strive together to go Faith Baptist Church, we exist to begin, build, and broaden a relationship with God and with others. We want a relationship with God through faith in His Son, Jesus Christ, as our Savior. And we also want a relationship with others in a healthy biblical community. Come join us as we strive together to go from where we are to where God wants us to be. 10:30 on Sunday mornings and 6:15 on Wednesday evenings.
Dentistry is one of New Mexico's most experienced implant providers, with literally thousands of implant patients who are absolutely delighted with the results. Call Maupin and Brown today for an evaluation. You'll be surprised how affordable implants can be. Maupin and Brown, your choice for experienced, state-of-the-art dentistry.
All right, you probably heard our PA. Montoya up to bat for the Bulldogs, second baseman, Adriana. Her first time through, as she is batting in the 8 hole, playing second base. Here's the wind and the pitch from Kellyanne Fuentes. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Good cut, just a little behind. Good pitch there from Fuentes. Carlsbad playing pretty much straight away. Right fielder a little deeper than the center fielder and left fielder. I think they're expecting the Bulldogs to go opposite way off the speed of the pitcher, Fuentes. Here's the wind in the pitch. Swing and a miss. Got her to chase 1 up. So strike 2. 0-2 now. The count to Montoya. On deck is a DP number 9, Michaela Lujan. And then we're back to the top of the order. The pitcher, number 17, Kat Marcus. All right, so Fuentes ready to go. 0-2 pitch. Got her to chase even a higher one, and that is strike number 3. Good rise ball. Out number 1 on 3 pitches.
Coming up to bat, number 9, Michaela.
So Lujan will step in on the right side. Michaela. Pretty good limp on her left leg. I didn't realize she had hurt her knee. This is my first game to get the call this year for the Lady Bulldogs, and so I'm trying to catch up on everything. Michaela steps in. Fuentes with the pitch. Just a little bit high, I think. Yeah, he didn't say strike, so 1-0 the count. 1 out. On a really good pitch. Ball 2, though. 2-0 the count. So on deck for the Lady Bulldogs, Kat Marcus, and in the hole, Tessa Yates, as they're back to the top of the order here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Here's the pitch. That one's going to be called a strike. That was right down the middle. So 2-1 now the count to Michaela as she'll step back in. 6-0 if you're just now joining us. We're in the bottom of the 3rd with 1 out. Lady Bulldogs, of course, at the plate as the home team here at the MAC complex. And the pitch, just a little bit low. So ball 3, 3-1 now to Lujan. Everybody was scoreless after 1, but then the Carlsbad Cave Girls get a 3-run shot after in the top of the 2nd off their number 9 hitter to go up 3-0. Held the Bulldogs scoreless in the bottom, and then they score 3 more, and there's a check swing strike. So the count will go full on Michaela. Carlsbad got 3 more as they hit double, 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 and then got a single and then moved somebody over on a pass ball. She ended up scoring. So they scored 3 more. 6-0 now as we're in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Fuentes, here's the payoff pitch. And she reached out and tapped it over to the left side. Fuentes goes and gets it and throws it down. And that'll be out number 2 on the 1-3 put out. And Michaela, man, she's limping really bad. I'm surprised she's even playing with that knee injury. So Cat will step in with 2 down, try to get a 2-out rally going here. Top of the order, the pitcher. Where's number 17 on her jersey? Here's the pitch. That's going to be a change of speed inside, ball 1. I think it was a straight change-up. Might have been a curveball with a lot of taking off, but I think it was a change-up. So 1-0 to Marcus. She steps back in. The wind and the pitch. Outside and high, ball 2. 2-0 is the count. Number 12, Tessa Yates, the right fielder on deck, and 24, Caden Apodaca, the first baseman, in the hole. As the Bulldogs down 6-0 with 2 outs here in the bottom of the third, looking to scratch back into this one. Marcus looking to help herself as she is the pitcher. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. Or that's actually strike 1. 2-1 the count. That looked like maybe a curveball and swung over the top of it. So 2-1 the count. Here's the wind and the pitch. That's going to be called strike 2. That umpire cracks me up. He just, and then he goes. All right, so 2-2 now the count with 2 outs. We got 3 of a kind up there on the board. Katrin ready to go. Here is the wind and the 2-2. High and away, full count to Marcus. So pitcher Fuentes takes a few steps outside the circle, now back onto the, well, not quite now on the pitcher's plate. And here's her offering to Marcus. And that's going to bounce up there, ball 4, so a 2-out walk will put the leadoff batter of the lineup, Marcus, down to first base. And that'll bring Tessa Yates to the plate, the right fielder.
Number 12, Tessa Yates.
So they're going to have a courtesy runner coming in for the pitcher, and that's number 5, Brooklyn Fuentes, will come in to run. So Brooklyn down at first base, and the umpire putting it all on his card. So Yates will step back in. And the wind and the pitch from Fuentes. High and away, and it gets by the catcher. She goes out of her glove, and so moving down easily was Brooklyn Fuentes. So she now stands in scoring position with 2 outs. And Yates steps back in, the right fielder for the Lady Bulldogs, looking to drive one somewhere. That sun's starting to get into the eyes of the players. I'm watching the right fielder putting her hand up over her face. Here's the wind and the pitch. Outside, ball 2. 2-0 now the count. On deck for the Bulldogs is number 24, the first baseman, Caden Apodaca, and in the hole, third baseman, number 7, Kinsley Rodriguez. As they really want to get some runners in on the base path. There's a swing and a miss. Strike 1. So 2-1 the count now as Yates steps back in. Fuentes back onto the plate, looks at her wristband. And the 2-1. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. So 2-2 now with 2 outs. So again, we got the 3 of a kind up on the board. Which I think that's a new board this year. I'm pretty sure it is, just like over at the baseball field. That ball's way outside and high for ball 3. So a full count now. Now down at second, Fuentes doesn't have to go. She could take off, but she doesn't have to. I'm going to have to tell this guy something. Here's the pitch. Swing, and she got her. And that will be out number 3. So the Bulldogs do get a hit, but actually got on with the walk. So no hits, no runs, no errors, and 1 runner left on base as we go into the top of the 4th inning. 6-0, Carlsbad.
Unlock the power of effective financial control with First American Bank's wide range of products to help you manage the inflow and the outflow of your cash while gaining efficiency and maximizing profitability. Plus, with robust security measures available through our treasury management products, you'll have greater peace of mind knowing you have taken steps to protect your money. Let us be your partner in growth and success, because when you succeed, we do too. First American Bank, your local first community bank since 1903. Member FDIC.
Edge Safety and Services, LLC in Artesia, New Mexico has an immediate opening for roustabout crew and a safety technician. Position requires a clean driving record and must be able to pass a drug and alcohol screening. Edge Safety offers great pay with IRA benefits and employer contribution towards health benefits. Please email resumes to edgecoding@yahoo.com or apply in person at 2801 North Freeman in Artesia. Edge Safety and Services is an equal opportunity employer.
All right, Bulldog fans, we are back here as we head into the top of the 4th inning. Coming to the plate for the Cape Girls is number 2. And that is the bottom of the order. She's the one that hit the 3-run shot, the shortstop, Katrina Ortega. She's first pitch she sees, a grounder, hopper. Whitmire over to first base, and that is out, number 1 on 1 pitch. 6-3 the putout. And that gets us to the top of the order. Aubrey Hernandez, the third baseman for the Cave Girls. She'll step in on the right side, and Marcus ready to go. Here's the wind and the pitch. Good pitch. I think it caught the outside corner, and it did. Called strike 1. Strike 2, sorry. I was looking down on strike 1. So 0-2 the count and the pitch. Swing and a miss. She got her swinging, and that is out number 2. That pitch, call ball 1 to number 6. There's a good hit out to center field. That's going to get back. Good job. Kind of got turned around out there. But Cambry Collins makes a heck of a play, and that is out number 3. So 3 batters, 3 down, no hits, no runs, no errors, nobody left on base. Bottom of the 4th, coming back at you. We'll be back.
The Eastern New Mexico University System. For more information, Eastern New Mexico University. Student success. That's what we're about.
When was the last time a bank asked you about your needs or your goals? When you're a member of Artesia Credit Union, you get to use your money for something more important than fees and finance charges. You get to use your money for you. Membership is open to anyone who calls New Mexico home. Become a member of Artesia Credit Union today and see what your partners can do for you. North 5th Street in Artesia or online at artesiacu.org. Artesia Credit Union, member NCUA.
All right, so Caden will step in here to lead things off the bottom of the 4th. She'll face Fuentes as the Carlsbad defense ready to go here on this bright, clear, beautiful Monday evening in Artesia, New Mexico. Here's the wind and the pitch. Swung on. Well hit. See you later. That's a homer. Simpson. So a 1-run shot. Cut the lead 6-1. 5-run lead now as Apodaca just sends one out dead straight away center field on the first pitch she sees here in the bottom of the fourth inning. So the Bulldogs cut the run on one pitch. Cut the score by 1. And that'll bring Jenna Whitmire to the plate. Kinsley Rodriguez to the plate. Looked at my lineup card wrong.
Now coming up to the plate, number 7, your third baseman, Kinsley Rodriguez.
Here's the wind and the pitch. Bounces it up there, ball 1. Fuentes with the 1-0, and that's going to be down and in as well. So ball 2, 2-0 now. The count to Rodriguez. On deck is Whitmire, and in the hole Collins for the Lady Bulldogs as they are down by 5. I got that big shot from Apodaca to lead things off here in the bottom of the fourth inning. Maybe they can put some runs together here, the Bulldogs. Here's the wind in the 2-0. Now it's 3-0 to Rodriguez. She's the number 4 hitter in the lineup. She may have a green light. We'll see. 3-0 count, down by 5. I would think she's probably going to make her throw a strike. Fuentes ready to go. Here's the 3-0. That's called strike 1 on the inside corner. So probably taking all the way right there. That was really close to being ball 4. It was on the white of the batter's box, but he called it a strike. So 3-1 the count. Fuentes looking in. And the pitch. Swing on. It's pop fly to the right side. The second baseman going back. Right fielder coming in. And a good job out there in right field to make the play for the Carlsbad Cave Girls. And the first out of the bottom of the fourth inning on the pop fly. And that'll bring Jenna Whitmire to the plate. That was Allie Madrid out there in right field making the play coming in. The second baseman was going back, but she gave way. Paris Weldon to the right fielder. Madrid. All right, here's the pitch from Fuentes. Swing and a miss. Big cut for Jenna, but come up empty. And she'll step back in on the right side with an 0-1 count and 1 out here in the bottom of the fourth. Here's the wind and the pitch. Down low. Good job laying off that time. That's the pitch she swung at the first one. So 1-1 now the count on that low fastball. Whitmire steps back in. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. Big cut for Jenna. Come up empty on a pretty good pitch there by Fuentes. So the count goes to 1-2 with 1 out. On deck for the Lady Bulldogs is Cambry Collins, and in the hole, Jade Hammond. Here's the wind and the pitch. Swing and a miss. She got her swinging, and that is out number 2. So to the plate comes Cambry Collins, a center fielder for the Bulldogs. Bats from the left side. Wears number 13 on her jersey.
Center fielder, number 13, Cambry Collins.
She'll step in and get ready to face Fuentes. Defense plan pretty much straight away for Carlsbad. And here's the wind in the pitch. Strike 1 called on a good curveball. So Collins steps back in on the left side. 0-1 the count, 6-1 the score. And the wind and the pitch. Swing and a foul ball back into the net on the left side for strike 2. So 0-2 now the count. She'll have to shorten up and try to drive 1 through somewhere. Get this inning, keep it going. The catcher on deck, Jade Hammond, and in the hole, Ariana Montoya, the second baseman for the Bulldogs. Here's the wind and the pitch. And she waved at 1. Good pitch, but the ball falls, and that's a drop third strike, so she is safe. Or did he say it was a foul tip? I think he's...
Now coming to the plate, number 4, the catcher.
Well, the umpire just put his hand straight out, so that shouldn't have been... He shouldn't have done that. He was basically saying foul tip, but... So the drop third strike, we get a runner down there at first base, so the 2-out rally can start now. As the second baseman, or the catcher, Jade Hammond, will step in. And the pitch, a little bit high, a little bit inside, ball 1. Here's the wind and the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 1. So 1-1 now the count. So the 1-1 from Fuentes. Swing and a foul ball back into the net for strike 2. 2 down, 1-2 the count, and the runner down at first base. Fuentes ready to go now, and the pitch. Swing and a miss, she got her, and that is out number 3 on the strikeout swinging. So the Bulldogs do get a hit, and it was a home run. But no other runs scored besides that one, and they leave a runner on the base path on a drop third strike, and there were no Carlsbad errors, so we'll take a break. Come back for the top of the 5th. Carlsbad leading the Bulldogs 6.
KCLT is the leader in surface rental equipment and customer service throughout the Permian Basin. With yards in Artesia and Monahans, Texas, you can count on KCLT to work 24/7, 7 days a week. Their professional mechanics are always out in the field and are Dort certified. KCLT is there to make sure your site is ready when you are ready and can certify your man lift and forklift operators on site or in our yards. Save KCLT in your contacts, 575-308-8647. Surface rental equipment all at one place. KCLT, helping you keep America running. Proud supporter of the Artesia Bulldogs.
Dean's Inc. of Artesia provides a superior choice for all your electrification, communication, and supply needs, with a vision to be the premier industrial electrical service provider in New Mexico and West Texas, providing unparalleled quality in supplies and service with highly skilled and conscious personnel. We pledge to our customers to exhibit the utmost in integrity and reputation while providing superior quality in all we do. Dean's Inc., located at 409 Commerce Road, or online at deansinc.com.
All right, welcome back here. We're going to the top of the 5th inning. Carlsbad at the plate and leading 6-1. And here's the first pitch, high and away. As the batter at the plate is number 20 for the Cave Girls. And so that's Kayleigh Fuentes, the pitcher, and she'll look at a call to strike 1 on the curveball that caught the front end of the strike zone. So 1-1 now the count. 1-1 the count. Here's the wind in the pitch. Swung on, pop fly to the right side. Bulldogs will have a chance. Caden couldn't quite get to it. Apodaca was going that way, but it falls for a strike 2 foul ball. So 1-2 the count. As Marcus ready to go, here's the pitch. Down low, 2-2 now the count. Aguilar, Collins, and Yates left to right. Apodaca, Montoya, Whitmire, and Rodriguez from first to third base. And Marcus pitching to Hammond behind the plate. There's a swing and a line drive. It'll be in the gap. That'll be an extra base as it goes into left center field, and Fuentes will coast into second base. She slid but didn't need to, so a double to lead things off here. And they kind of did this last thing. She's going to take a – well, no, she's not. She's just going to give her pad to her coach. Her looked like an elbow pad maybe she's wearing when she bats. Took that off and gave it to the third base coach. All right, so at the plate is number 12, Faith Rivera, the catcher. Lefty steps in with a runner down there at second base. And nobody outs. First swing, fouls it off to the left side into the netting. And that will be strike one. As Rodriguez got it off the bounce off the net and fires it back to Marcus. All right, here's the wind and the pitch. Down low. Good job. There's runners going. Got a chance to get her, and she did get her out at third base. So just a straight steal, apparently, by Fuentes. And a good job there by Hammond. She didn't fire it down probably like she wanted. Maybe didn't have her hand on the ball real good, but she got it there nonetheless, and a good tag put on by Rodriguez. And so out number one on the 2-5 put out. And that pitch outside. So ball one. 1-1 now. Or actually 2-1. Yeah, 2-1 to count. So Marcus ready to go. Here's the wind and the pitch. And I'm waiting on him because I thought he might have called it a strike. We've seen that one called a strike tonight, but that time it was not. So 3-1. It was on that outside. Maybe a little too low. 3-1 the count. Hammond's going to set up out there again, and she throws it out there again. And this is a ball four, so I'm not sure about that pitch when you're down 3-1, but that's where it went. So the count now 4 balls. She'll trot down to first base. Coming in to run for her will be number 10, and that is Daisha Nieto. All right, here's the pitch to the next batter. That is ball one, and at the plate is Paris Weldon, the second baseman. 6-1 is the score. Carlsbad with the runner down at first base, and she's going to look at ball two, a little bit high and a little bit outside. On deck is Ali Madrid, and in the hole, Kendra Ortega for the Carlsbad Cave Girls. 1 out here in the top of the 5th inning. Here's the pitch. Swung on, high fly ball on the left side. Should be plenty of time, and the third baseman, Rodriguez, will go get it and make the play in foul territory for out number 2. The runner runs back to second base. Good job there by Rodriguez over there at third base. And that's out number 2. So now coming to the plate will be number 9, Ali Madrid, the right fielder. She'll step in on the right side. Here's the wind and the pitch. Down and in for ball one to Madrid. Kendra Ortega on deck and Bianca Villa in the hole for the Cave Girls. Here in the top of the 5th inning, game number 1. We got a doubleheader tonight. That pitch high and away, ball 2. So 2-0 the count, and she'll step back in on the right side. Marcus ready to go, and the pitch swung on. It's a little blooper over to the right side, and couldn't quite get there. Good effort by Apodaca, but couldn't get there. It's foul ball. Falls in between her and home plate on the foul territory. So that takes the count to 2-1 now to Madrid. Runner down at first base is Nieto, who came into courtesy run. Here's the pitch, swung on. That's a line drive out to right field, and that's going to be one hopper into the fence. One run will score. She'll turn and go to third. She turns and starts to go back. The throw in is in time. She got her at home plate. I don't know why the coach held her up. He had to, because she should have been there easily, but a great throw from Whitmire. and a good tag by Hammond. And so there were 2 hits, but no runs scored in the inning. Bulldogs did not have an error, and they leave 1 runner on base. So at the end of 4 1/2, it is 6-1 Carlsbad. Bottom of the 5th coming back.
Artesia High School Bulldog Sports is made possible thanks to Buckhorn Production, LLC. Founded in 2021, Buckhorn Production, LLC operates over 200 wells in the Permian Basin. Like the Artesia Bulldogs, Buckhorn Production, LLC strives for excellence in all of our operations. We encourage all of our employees to be great members of our community and encourage you to join them in supporting all of our athletes, students, teachers, and administrators. Buckhorn Production, LLC, proud to support the Artesia Bulldogs.
At First Church Artesia, we proclaim Christ as King over all. Located at 4th and Grand, we're a family exalting His reign in every corner of life, work, home, and community. Join us Sundays at 10:45 a.m. for reverent, family-integrated worship and Bible preaching that transforms. From Artesia's streets to your soul, it's all of Christ for all of life. Visit artesiareform.com or find us on Facebook. First Church Artesia, His kingdom rules.
All right, we're back here as the Artesia Lady Bulldogs are down by 5 going into the bottom half of the 5th inning, their home half, as Ariana Montoya will step in to face Fuentes. 6-1 our score. And here's the pitch from Fuentes. Swing and a miss, strike 1. So Fuentes will walk out of the circle and come back as Ariana Montoya, the second baseman for the Bulldogs, will step back in on the right side. On deck is Michaela Lujan, and in the hole, Kat Marcus, top of the order for the Bulldogs. Here's the pitch. High, ball 1, 1-1 now the count. So Fuentes ready to go. Here's the 1-1 with nobody out. Outside, ball 2. That one she let go a little bit late. It was way outside. So 2-1 the count now. Carlsbad defense looking in. Starting to get some shadows out onto the field here. At 5:47. Here's a swing and a miss on looked like a rise ball. Good pitch. Good cut, but come up empty. So the count goes to 2-2 with nobody out. Actually, we're going to have a new hitter over there instead of Lujan. So he looked like he was hurting. Trying to see the number over there. I think it's going to be number 21. Here's the pitch outside. Ball 3. So a full count now to Montoya. That's going to be number 21 coming into bat for the Bulldogs. So here's the payoff pitch. Full count, and the pitch is down and in. That is ball 4. So coming to the plate will be Janessa Rodriguez for the Bulldogs, as she is pinch hitting.
Now coming to the plate, number 21, Janessa Rodriguez.
The umpire talking to our head coach, Coach Polito, about the change. Down at first base is Montoya. And now Rodriguez coming in to bat. Number 21, Janessa Rodriguez. We're in the bottom of the 5th inning if you're just joining us here at the MAC as the Artesia Lady Bulldogs hosting a doubleheader tonight against our foes from 35 miles south, the Carlsbad Cave Girls. And Rodriguez will step in on the right side for the first time tonight to face the pitcher, Kellyanne Fuentes. Here's the pitch, swing and a miss, good pitch, strike 1. On deck is the top of the order, our pitcher, number 17, Katrina Marcus, and in the hole, the right fielder, number 12, Tessa Yates for the Lady Bulldogs. So Janessa ready to go here. 0-1 the count. And the pitch. Swing and a miss again, and the snap throw down not in time as Montoya dove back in safely. So 0-2 now the count. She'll have to shorten up, try to drive one somewhere. Put it in a gap as Rodriguez steps back in. Montoya down there at first base, ready to go. And here's the wind and the pitch from Fuentes. Got her swinging, so 3 straight swings, and that will be out, number 1. So that'll get us to the top of the order. Kat Marcus will come up to the plate. She steps in to get ready to face Fuentes with 1 out and a runner at first base. Here's the wind and the pitch. Ooh, good changeup. She did not chase it, and that is ball 1, just a little bit low. She hitched her swing, recognized it, I think, and didn't even offer at all. So 1-0 the count with 1 out. Here's the wind and the pitch. That one going to catch the outside corner for called strike 1. So the count 1-0 now. 1-1 to Marcus. On deck is Tessa Yates, and in the hole, Caden Apodaca for the Lady Bulldogs. Apodaca with that sole shot, that home run, our sole run of the ball game. Here's the pitch, outside, ball 2. So 2-1 now the count. 2-1 the count. As Fuentes gets ready to go. And the wind and the pitch. That's going to be a good changeup, and he called it a strike. I was waiting. It's 2-2. So 2-2 the count as Kat will step back in. Runner down at first base is Ariana Montoya. And the wind and the 2-2. Swung at it. It's going to be a pop fly out to right field. That's going to fall. Boy, she waited a long time to take off, and she will get in there safely, though. So Montoya hustles down as the ball does fall, and that's the 3rd hit of the ball game for the Bulldogs. And so that'll bring Tessa Yates to the plate. Playing right field is wearing number 12 on her jersey. So Yates will step in with runners at first and second. And Coach Polito calling a play. She's trying to get the dugout to look at her. All right, so coming in to run will be number 5 for the pitcher, and that is Brooklyn Fuentes. So Fuentes will be at first. Down at second base is Montoya, and at the plate, Tessa Yates. As she steps in on the right side. Fuentes ready to go. 1 out. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. It gets by the catcher. Runners go. Oh, he said it fouled. He did that while ago and then let him go, so I don't know. Foul ball, strike 1. All right, so 0-1 the count with 1 out. As Fuentes looks at her wristband after getting her signal from her catcher. And the pitch. Bounces it up there. Oh, the runners will turn around and go back, so they'll throw down to third after they'd already turned. They started to go. She kind of dropped it, did their catcher, but she picked it up quickly. And so everybody goes back and stays put. 1 out, runners at first and second. Yates at the plate with a 1-1 count. Fuentes again looking to see what the number was, and here comes the pitch. Big cut, but come up empty for Yates. So 1-2 now to Tessa as she steps back in. Going to shorten up a little bit, try to drive one somewhere. And the pitcher, Fuentes, takes a look and now gets ready to come to the plate. 1-2 the count. And the pitch, she's going to pop fly over to the right side. And that's going to be just foul, and it is a foul ball and drops out of the glove of the second baseman. So the count remains 1-2. So the count's 1-2. It fell as a foul ball that dropped. They didn't catch it. All right, so Yates steps back in. Here's the wind and the pitch. Swing on. It's a pop fly. Shallow right center. The center fielder comes on. Oh, and it falls out of her glove. Go, 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 go. What are you doing? Go, 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 go. That's going to be out at second. So the runner got lost over there at first base and didn't know what to do. So it's forced out at second base. Is out number 2. So the ball drops. Good effort out there by the center fielder for the Carlsbad Cave Girls is Bianca Villa, and she dove for it, hit her in the glove, but then rolled out. So the runner at first base, which was Fuentes, didn't realize, I guess, that it rolled out. She comes running back to first and dives in, and then can't get back to second. All right, so Caden Apodaca will step in. First pitch she sees, called strike 1 on the upper end of the strike zone. She hit one out straight away center field the first or the last at bat she was in, so she's got a chance here to put 3 runs on the board. 6-1 Carlsbad. Fuentes with the 0-1. High and away. And throw down, not in time to first base. Snap throw down there. 1-1 to count. 2 down as Apodaca steps back in. On deck for the Bulldogs is Kinsley Rodriguez. And in the hole, Jenna Whitmire. Here's the wind and the pitch. Good pitch, curveball. Called strike 2. It was either a curve or it was a changeup, but had movement on it. It was right across the middle. So 1-2 now the count with 2 out. As Apodaca steps back in. And Fuentes says, roll me another pitch. She did, the catcher. So here's the 1-2. And she got her to chase, and that is out number 3. So the Bulldogs get a couple of hits, but unable to get anybody across the plate. And they leave 2 stranded. We'll go into the top of the 6th inning, 6-1, Carlsbad. We'll be right back.
With a guarantee of 100% accuracy and your max refund or your money back, you can file with confidence and convenience at an H&R Block office near you. Just walk in or make an appointment to get your taxes squared away as early as today at your neighborhood H&R Block. All tax situations are different. Not everyone gets a refund. Limitations apply. See hrblock.com/guarantees. In Artesia, see H&R Block at 502 West Texas, 575-746-3456.
It's a great time to buy a Kubota from America's #1
equipment and get 0% APR for 84 months and up to $2,500 off select Kubota tractors.
Visit your local Kubota dealer, Amigo Machinery at 2801 Southeast Main Street in Roswell.
It's Kubota Orange Days. Shop the year's biggest selection of Kubota equipment.
Now through 6/30/2025. See us or go to KubotaUSA.com for more information. Visit Amigo Machinery in Roswell or see us online at amigo-machinery.com.
All right, welcome back here to KSVP Radio and KSVPTV.com. Carlsbad Artesia live from the MAC. And at the plate for the Cave Girls, Kendra Ortega. First pitch, pop fly in the infield. Let's see who calls it. Looks like the pitcher says, I've got it, and she does. Out number 1 on 1 pitch for the Bulldogs, which will bring number 17 to the plate, Bianca Villa. She is the center fielder. And she will step in on the left side. On deck is Katrina Ortega, and then we're back to the top of the order. Aubrey Hernandez in the hole. Hammond sets up on the inside. That's where the pitch was. She fights it off. Good play over there by the third baseman for the Bulldogs. Kinsley Rodriguez catches it on one hop, fires it to first base. 5-3 the put out, and that is out number 2 on as many pitches. So 2 pitches, 2 down here in the top of the 6th inning, and that'll bring number 2 to the plate, Katrina Ortega. So she'll step in, up, ready to go. Here's the pitch, and she'll look at a called strike 1. Caught the front end of the corner of the plate. So 0-1 the count with 2 down. Rodriguez working quickly. There's a pop fly that'll get out of play for strike 2 off to the right side. Hits on top of the canopy over to the right. So 0-2 now quickly. On deck, if they can get it going, the Carlsbad Cave Girls, number 4, Aubrey Hernandez, and in the hole, number 6, Michaela Chester. Of course, the Bulldogs wouldn't have shut it down right here. Here's the wind and the pitch. Swung on, and that's up the middle. Base hit, 2 out. Base hit as the center fielder for the Bulldogs, Cambry Collins, goes to one knee, fields it, gets it in to Whitmire. So a runner at first base after the single. And the top of the lineup coming to the plate. Number 4, Aubrey Hernandez. Number 6, Michaela Chester on deck. And number 20, Kellyanne Fuentes in the hole. Here's the wind and the pitch. Swung on, foul tip straight into the mask of our catcher, Hammond, for strike 1. They're going to check on her. She says, I'm good. So 0-1 the count with 2 down. Here's the wind and the pitch. That's a little bit low. Good job there by Hammond. Make sure they didn't get by her. 1-1 now the count. So the runner down on first base is Ortega. After getting that single up the middle. Here's the 1-1. High and away. Ball 2. Going to throw it down, but not in time. So 2-1 now the count. As Marcus ready to go. Hammond setting up outside. Here's the pitch. Swung on, pop fly to the right side, and that'll be out of play for strike 2. So 2-2 now the count with 2 outs. 3 of a kind up there. And the wind and the pitch. High and away. Ball 3, so full count now. And that is ball 4. So that puts runners at first and second with 2 outs, and coming to the plate will be number 6 for the Cave Girls. And that is Michaela Chester, the left fielder. She'll step in. 2 outs. Bulldogs want to get this third out. They got an out at all 3 infield bases. Force out. The first pitch high and away, ball 1. And the pitch, that's outside, ball 2. And that is ball 3, high and away. So 3-0 here to the batter. And the Bulldogs right here, they just need to get this out. They don't want to give any runs up here in the top of the 6th after getting 2 outs and then hit up the middle and a walk. So starting a 2-out rally. And that's ball 4. So that does walk them loaded. And that'll bring to the plate for the Carlsbad Cave Girls their pitcher, number 20, batting in the 3-hole, Kellyanne Fuentes. So she's got the bases loaded. The Bulldog infield going to talk about it, talk to their pitcher. The shadows really starting to lengthen here at the ballpark as the sun is still up high, but not high enough to not put some shadows out here. Here at 6:03 on a Monday evening. Beautiful afternoon evening. Not a cloud in the sky, at least out in front of us here. That pitch is going to be called strike 1, caught the outside corner. She needed that one. So 0-1 the count here to Fuentes as she'll step back in. With the bases loaded, and Carlsbad looking to blow it open with 2 outs here in the top of the 6th. Bulldogs just need to get an out somewhere. There's a swing and a miss. Good pitch there from Marcus. So 0-2 quickly to Hernandez. I'm sorry, to Fuentes. All right, so here's the 0-2 with 2 down. Hammond setting up way outside. She throws it out there. Ball 1, 1-2 now the count. So Fuentes did not give chase. Tried to get her to, but she didn't. All right, so 1-2. Here's the pitch. And it's a little high. Didn't get her to chase that rise ball. So 2-2 now to Fuentes. Rivera on deck and Weldon in the hole for Carlsbad if they can keep the 2-out rally going. Here's the pitch. Way outside, ball 3. So called for it out there. She threw it out there. And that runs the count full after 0-2 count was where she started. So the runners will be off and running with 2 down, bases loaded, full count, and setting up way outside again. Here's the pitch. Fouled off to the right side and out of play. So that will keep the batter alive. As Rodriguez comes in and gives Marcus a go get him. So full count. Runners will be off and running, 2 down, top of the 6. Here's the pitch. Swung on, fouled off to the right side once again. So the count remains full. As Fuentes steps back in. Marcus to the plate. Swung on. It's hit well out to center field. That's going to fall. Oh, and it gets by the center fielder. That's going to clear the base paths. All 3 runs will come in and score on the stand-up double. So with 2 down, the first 2 batters go down, and then 3 runners get on, and clearing them off was the pitcher helping her own cause. It's now 9-1 in favor of Carlsbad, and coming to the plate will be number 12, Faith Rivera, the catcher, as they're going to have first base coach talking to, they're going to have a courtesy runner coming in, so it'll be number 18 coming in for the pitcher. And that young lady is Anya Rinther. So the first base coach telling the umpire what the change was, and he'll put it in his book. So a little pause in play here. At the plate is Faith Rivera, the catcher. Switch hitter. Bats from the left side. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss and a foul tip, actually. So it goes back to the net, but everybody will stay where they're at. Down at second base is the courtesy runner, Anya Rinther. All right, so 0-1 the count with 2 down. 9-1 now our scores. They got 3 in the second, 3 in the third, and now 3 here in the 6th. Here's the pitch. Just missed off the plate. 1-1 now the count. So stepping back in, here's the pitch. Swing, and that's a line drive out to left field, and that'll be caught by the Bulldogs left fielder, Aguilar, and that will end the bleeding. 9-1 as we go into the bottom of the 6th. Carlsbad Cave Girls get 3 hits. They score 3 runs. They leave 1 runner on the base paths, and there were no errors on the Bulldogs. 9-1. We'll be back.
The top-of-the-line inventory. Kane Electric carries name brands such as Appleton, Burndy, Fluke, Cooper Lighting, Hoffman, Phillips Lighting, iDeck, Klein Tools, and Square D. Kane Electric has your professionals and will assist you with any information you may have on electrical supplies. Kane Electric delivers on location too. Come by Kane Electric today in Artesia at 1911 North Roselawn.
All right, we're back here, Bulldog fans. Joe B. Hodling on KSBP Radio and KSBPTV.com. As we have the third baseman for the Bulldogs coming to the plate, Kinsley Rodriguez, batting in the 4-hole. She'll step in and face Fuentes. On deck is Jenna Whitmire, and in the hole, Cambry Collins for the Lady Bulldogs, as we've got something going on here for Carlsbad. So the right fielder going to left field, and number 18, who came in to run in the last inning for Fuentes, will now enter the ball game. So going out to right field will be Anya Rinther. And then we got a timeout. The umpire in the field come charging in saying time, but it was already time. So the coach talking to the home plate umpire, telling him the changes. He's writing those down. All right, so we're about ready to get the inning going as Kinsley will step in. Third baseman for the Bulldogs. Try to get this going here. We're in the bottom of the sixth inning. It's 9-1 Carlsbad. So the Bulldogs got a lot of scoring to do. Fuentes with the wind and the pitch. Swung on, pop fly. Shallow right center. The second baseman will go back and make the play, and that is out. Number 1 on one pitch. That'll bring number 14, the shortstop, Jenna Whitmire, to the plate. Cambry Collins on deck and Jade Hammond in the hole.
Jenna Whitmire.
Jenna will step in on the right side and try to drive one somewhere. One out, bottom of the sixth inning, 9-1 Carlsbad. Fuentes ready to go. Here's the wind and the pitch. Turn to bunt, pop fly back into the net for a foul ball, strike one. Bulldogs have had 2 weeks off. They were supposed to play last week, but the rainstorm canceled the game, or I'm sure they've rescheduled it. It was against Roswell. So here's the wind and the pitch from Fuentes. 0-1 to Whitmire. Swing, and she fouled it straight back into the net, just missing that one. 0-2 now to Jenna. Good crowd here for the Bulldogs, as always. Carlsbad brought a good group as well. And the 0-2 pitch from Fuentes to Whitmire. Swung on, good changeup, but she got a piece of it and stays alive. So 0-2 the count remains. Collins on deck and Hammond in the hole for Artesia. Game one, we got a second game coming, and I hadn't mentioned this, but it's just I kept saying it's a beautiful day, but no breeze, not even a slight hint of a breeze. Flags hanging very still. There's a swing. It's a one-hopper to the shortstop. She'll pick it up and go to first base in time. 6-3 the put-out, and that is out number 2, and that'll bring Cambry to the plate, the center fielder. That's from the left side.
Number 13, Cambry Collins.
So Cambry will step in to face Fuentes. So here's the wind and the pitch from Fuentes. Swing and a foul tip back into the net, strike one. She'll step back in. All right, here's the wind and the pitch. Oh, she got her on a changeup. Kind of waved at it. So that's strike 2 for Collins. Hammond on deck and Montoya in the hole for the Lady Bulldogs. Down by 8 runs here in the top or the bottom of the 6th inning, trying to get some of these runs back. As Fuentes gets ready to go. 0-2 the count and the pitch, and she swung at it again. It is a drop third strike, but she'll throw it down in time. And that is out number 3. The Bulldogs go down in order, 1, 2, 3. We'll be back. Top of the 7th coming up. Carlsbad 9, Artesia 1.
Sometimes that dog barking is an Artesia Bulldog preparing for victory. Most of the time, however, it's probably just the family pet asking for attention. Artesia Animal Clinic provides a full range of services for just about any size pet or animal. Our new clinic has been expanded to provide better quality of care, including an in-house laboratory, radiology, surgery, herd health, and more. So the next time your pet looks like they could use some extra care, come by Artesia Animal Clinic in our newly remodeled and expanded facility at 110 West Mahone Drive.
Come on, let's have one more.
No, I'm good. And you are too. I called Tommy for a safe ride home.
Don't get hammered. Stay out of the slammer. Never drink, then drive.
This message from the Eddy County DWI program.
All right, we're back here as the Bulldogs take their final throw around the infield and outfield. Top of the 7th inning. And coming to the plate for Carlsbad to lead things off here will be Paris Weldon, the second baseman. She steps in to face Marcus. And the pitch, a little bit high, ball 1. So everybody on the right side holding their hands up as we've got a new first baseman out there coming in to play. She's got her sunglasses on, but she don't have them got them on top of her cap. It's funny. Foul ball into the net on the right side. So it's Leslie Molina in at first base, holding her glove up over her eyes, but she forgot she has her she has her sunglasses just up on her cap. Here's the pitch. Swung on. Pop fly to the right side, but out of play. So that'll be strike 2. 1-2 now the count. So everybody will get back in their spots here. On deck is number 9, Allie Madrid, in the hole number 14. That pitch, got away from her, way high. So 2-2 now the count. Here's the wind and the 2-2. That's outside high, ball 3. So full count now. 3-2 the pitch count. As looking in is Marcus to Hammond. Now the wind and the payoff. Swing and a pop fly, shallow center field, and that's going to fall. It's the second baseman and the second and then the throw is to the Bulldogs dugout. So running on into second base on the error is Weldon. That ball just fell out there in no man's land as neither the second baseman Montoya nor the center fielder Collins could get to it. So nobody out here in the top of the 7th inning. Here's the pitch, high and away, ball 1. So Madrid at the plate, Ortega on deck, and Villa in the hole for the Cave Girls. And the pitch swung and fouled off to the right side into the net for strike 1. 1-1 now the count.
He's not rude, but he's not like the best coach. Like, he's not like bad and like that. He's rude like that. Like, I feel
All right, here's the wind in the pitch. High and away, ball 2. 2-1. To Madrid. And the wind in the pitch. Swung on, pop fly to the right side. Montoya will go make the play, and then the runner's going to go. She forgot she had her over there, and it goes over the head of the third baseman. She'll get up and go home, and she will score. So 2 throwing errors in the inning on the Bulldogs, and another run given up. That is out number 1 on the pop fly, but the runner moves over to second and then goes home on the overthrow. So 1 down here as Ortega will step in, the first baseman for the Carlsbad Cave Girls. And there's a pop fly to the right side again. And this time it'll be the first baseman for the Bulldogs making the play. And that is Leslie Molina making the catch. All right, so coming to the plate for Carlsbad with 2 down now. Or was that the first out? It is the second out. So 2 down. There's 2 down. 2 outs. That pitch misses away. It's Bianca Villa at the plate. 1-0 the count. 1 ball. Here's the pitch. That's a rip up the middle, but the center fielder playing it perfectly for the Bulldogs. Collins makes the catch, and so the Bulldogs get out of the inning only giving up 1, had 2 errors. There was 1 hit and nobody left on base. It's 10-1 Carlsbad as we head into the bottom of the 7th inning.
Southeast New Mexico College invites you to join us at the annual Taste of Culture, an exotic experience of foods from Carlsbad's cultural communities. Past years have featured participants from all over the globe, including food from China, Canada, Yemen, Iran, South Korea, and more. The event will be held on Thursday, April 10th at 5 p.m. at the SENMC campus, 1500 University Drive. For more information, call 234-9414.
Hi, Artesia. Cambria here from your local KFC and Taco Bell. And boy, do I have some amazing Tuesday deals for you. If you're grabbing a quick bite for yourself, you gotta try our country fried steak meal. This includes our delicious home-style country fried steak patty served with mashed potatoes and white gravy, creamy coleslaw, and a buttermilk biscuit, all just for $4.99. Looking to feed the whole fam? We got you covered. Try our $20 meal deal. This includes 8 pieces of all dark meat chicken, large mashed potatoes and gravy, a large coleslaw, and 4 buttermilk biscuits. As always, it's great to be a Bulldog, and we hope to see you soon at your local KFC and Taco Bell.
All right, Bulldog fans, we're back here at the MAC. Artesia down right now to the Cave Girls 10-1. So we got to get 9 runs to keep this game going.
Catcher number 4, Jade Hammond.
As Jade Hammond will step in, the catcher for the Bulldogs. As Fuentes gets ready to go. Here's the wind and the pitch. Swing and a miss. Sounded like a foul tip into the glove, but strike 1 nonetheless. So 0-1 the count quickly. On deck for the Bulldogs is Ariana Montoya, the second baseman, and in the hole. That pitch is a little bit high. Ball 1, 1-1. Is I was trying to think who came in. I think it was Molina. No, it was Janessa Rodriguez who came in to bat for Michaela Lujan. Here's the pitch, way outside. 2-1 the count. Nobody out here in the bottom of the 7th. Bulldogs down by 9 in game 1. Here's the wind and the pitch. A little bit high. Ball 3. 3-1 now. Leadoff walk would be okay. So 3-1. Nope, 3-1 to count. And the pitch. That's going to be called strike 2. So low end of the strike zone. Full count now for Hammond. As Fuentes getting ready to go. The wind and the pitch. Oh, and a hitter. So hit by pitch. We'll put her down at first base. Hopefully she's okay. So we've got coming into bat, Ariana Montoya, number 2.
Coming to the play, your second baseman, number 2, Ariana Montoya.
So the hit by pitch is Hammond. She looks to be okay. Montoya will step in. Here's the wind and the pitch. Swing and a miss. Good cut. Good fastball. 0-1 the count. Montoya will step back in. Lujan, or actually it'll be, I think it is Janessa Rodriguez on deck. Yeah, it is. And then Aguilar in the hole. And that foul ball backwards for strike 2. Nobody out. 0-2 the count to Montoya. So Fuentes taking a look into her catcher. Now she's ready to go. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. That is strike 3, and that is out. Number 1 here in the bottom of the 7th. And that'll bring Janessa Rodriguez to the plate.
21, Janessa Rodriguez.
So Janessa will step in on the right side. As Fuentes takes a look at her sign and now gets ready to come to the plate. The pitch. Snap throw down, not in time. So 1-0 the count with 1 out. Here's the pitch. That caught the corner. Strike 1 called. 1-1 now the count. So triple ones up on the board. 3 of a kind. 1 out, 1 strike, 1 ball. As Hernandez steps back in. The pitch. Swing. Come up empty. So 1-2 now the count. So stepping back in, Rodriguez. 1-2 count, and the pitch. She took a big cut at it. Got her to chase one outside the zone, and that is out. Number 2 on the strikeout. So to the plate, the top of the order for the Bulldogs, Kat Marcus, looking to keep it going as we're down 10-1 in the bottom of the 7th with 2 outs and a runner down at first base. So we got to get a massive 2-out rally here to keep this game going and or get the win down by 9. Here's the pitch, outside. Ball, oh, he called it a strike, said it caught the front end of the strike zone. So 0-1 the count. My mistake. 0-1 the count to Cat as she steps back in. On deck is Tessie Yates, and in the hole, we'll see if it's Caden or if it's that pitch just low, I guess, ball 1. Or if it is number 16, Leslie Molina, in the hole. She came in and was at first base, but probably batting, but doesn't necessarily mean that. 1-1, fouled straight back for strike 2. Cat just missing that. All right, so 1-2 the count with 2 outs. As she steps back in. And the pitch. And that's going to be ball low for 2-2 the count. Two balls, 2 strikes. As Fuentes again gets her sign, and the 2-2 high, ball 3, so a full count now with 2 outs. Here at the MAC Complex, the Artesia Lady Bulldogs hosting the Cave Girls, and right now down by 9 in game 1 in the bottom of the 7th inning, 10-1 the score, 2 outs, full count at the plate, runner down at first base. And here's the pitch. Swing and a foul ball back out of play, so we'll reset and do it all over again. One off to the right side. Full count. Step back in. as Fuentes looks at her sign. And here's the payoff pitch for the third time, and that's going outside. She draws the walk, does Marcus, so that'll keep the girls alive from in orange, and Tessa Yates coming to the plate.
Right fielder, number 12, Tessa Yates.
And it will be Molina coming out into the on-deck circle, so she does stay in and bat. She came in defense in the last inning for Apodaca. And I saw Caden over there warming up in the bullpen, so I'm thinking it probably wasn't for this game. It's for the next game in the doubleheader. So Tessa will step in. 2 down. Runners at first and second. She'll look to drive one somewhere and keep this inning going and try to get these 9 runs plus 1 back and win the ball game. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. Just a little bit behind on that fastball is Yates. She'll look to speed up here. As Fuentes gets ready to go. And the pitch. Down low, ball 1. 1-1 now the count to Tessa. Molina on deck, and Rodriguez in the hole for the Lady Bulldogs. So here's the 1-1. And good look there as that ball falls. It was a changeup. Ball 2. 2-1 now the count to Yates. As Fuentes fires it into her own glove. Here's the wind and the 2-1. Took a big cut, but come up empty. So 2-2 now the count to Tessa. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The 2-2's up on the board again. Runners at first and second, and the pitch down and in. So a full count. The runners can be off and running here on the pitch. 10-1, Bulldogs down by 9, so they need these 3 runs to come across, plus about 6 others to tie it up. And here's the payoff pitch from Fuentes. Good swing, good hit. It's going to be out to left field, and that will end the ball game as the Bulldogs go down in game 1, 10-1. We're going to take a break. We'll come back here in just a moment. Stay right here.
Hi, this is Danny Kirkendall with Guy Chevrolet Company in Artesia. We're celebrating 100 years in business here on the corner of 1st and Main in Artesia, and we invite you to come see us for your new Chevy, GMC, or a just perfect pre-owned vehicle. Our GM certified team is ready to assist you, so give us a call at 575-746-3551 or visit us online at guychevy.com.
Guy Chevrolet celebrating 100 years at the corner of 1st and Main in downtown Artesia.
With a deep heritage in oil and gas, Abo Empire is focused on safe and effective energy development in New Mexico. We will continue to make strategic investments in this industry to promote the economic and environmental well-being of our company, our partners, and our communities. We are continuing the Yates tradition. From John Yates Jr., Cynthia Yates Price, and their families, we are your partners in the community and proud supporters of Artesia Bulldog and Lady Bulldog sports.
When managing a chronic illness, access to the right treatments makes all the difference. Artesia General Hospital's Infusion Center provides IV therapy and biologic treatments, so you don't have to travel far for care. Expert infusion therapy right here in Artesia. Call 575-736-8256 today to learn more.
Don't quit. Don't ever give up. Be tenacious. Almost everything that's done in the world is accomplished by tired people who refuse to give up. Keep moving. Keep showing up. Keep doing your job. Remember, God will tell you when you're done. But until then, persevere with determination and faith. That's a quote by a good friend of mine by the name of Paul Shiro. And I like it because it is so similar to what the writer of Hebrews is trying to tell us in Hebrews chapter 12 in verse 3. Consider him who endured from sinners such hostility against himself, so that you may not grow weary or faint-hearted. Don't grow weary. Instead, just go out and do your best. Do your best every day. That is what God is asking us to do. God is begging us, say, I want your very best on days that you want to give it and on days that you don't. Is that your philosophy of life? Is that how you're living life, that I'm going to do my best every day? If it isn't and you want to change, come visit us at the Hermosa Church of Christ.
Mac Energy Company is working to develop today's energy with tomorrow's technology. Technological advances in recent years have presented new possibilities for exploration. We strive to utilize these advances and stay abreast of innovative technology to ensure that our company is a forerunner in the quest for energy for many years to come. But more importantly, Mac Energy Corporation is committed to being an advocate of the communities around us. We invest in community initiatives that focus on youth, education, and innovative projects that address local issues. To learn more about Mac Energy, our affiliates, and our commitment to our youth and communities, visit us at mec.com.
All right, Bulldog fans, welcome back here to KSVP Radio and KSVPTV.com. Game 1 is in the books if you missed it. 10-1, Carlsbad gets the win. So we're going to have Game 2 coming up here in a little while. Stay tuned for that, as the Artesia Lady Bulldogs will host and try to get a win, try to split with the Cave Girls. We'll be back for that here probably in about 20, 25, 30 minutes. Stay there.
Hey, Artesia Bulldog fans, are you ready to unleash the spirit of victory this season? Tate Branch Auto Group is proud to stand alongside the Bulldogs as they charge onto the field, court, and track. Just like our commitment to delivering top-notch vehicles and service, your dedication and passion for the Bulldogs inspire us every day. Visit Tate Branch Auto Group today, either in person or online, because when it comes to supporting the Bulldogs, we're all in. Tate Branch Auto Group, revving up the Bulldog pride. Go Bulldogs!
The Artesia Police Department wants to remind you to lock up your vehicles, take your keys with you, and never leave valuables in your vehicle. If you're looking for a rewarding career in law enforcement, the Artesia Police Department is looking for you. The department is currently hiring certified and uncertified officers. Take advantage of a great retirement plan, paid leave, and medical benefits. Apply in person, online, or call 575-746-5000 for more information. The Artesia Police Department is an equal opportunity employer. And please always remember, don't drink and drive.
Hey y'all, it's Holly with Nels Floral. Here to remind you it's almost time to honor that special woman in your life, the one and only mom. Mother's Day is May 11th, and Nels Floral will have a variety of beautiful, unique spring flowers to show mom how much you care. We will also be open an extra day on Saturday, May 10th. Come see us at Nels Floral, 712 West Dallas Avenue, online at nelsfloral.com, or call 575-746-3775. Love you, Mom.
Home health care is health care in the comfort of your own home when you cannot care for yourself. Home care services can help someone who has chronic health issues, medical setbacks, or health impairments. J&J has the best skilled nurses and therapists for any of your special needs. So why pick a stranger to care for those you love when you can pick your beloved neighbor with over 25 years of experience? J&J Home Care is here for all your home care needs. Call us now at 575-746-2892 or visit us at jjhc.org.
At First Church Artesia, we proclaim Christ as King over all. Located at 4th and Grand, we're a family exalting His reign in every corner of life, work, home, and community. Join us Sundays at 10:45 a.m. for reverent, family-integrated worship and Bible preaching that transforms. From Artesia streets to your soul, it's all of Christ for all of life. Visit artesiareform.com or find us on Facebook. First Church Artesia, His kingdom rules.
When the power goes out, Central Valley Electric Cooperative linemen respond. No matter the time of day or night or weather conditions, they always show up to get the lights back on. The next time you flip a switch, take a moment to remember those who make it possible, the linemen who ensure we have reliable electricity. CVE would like to thank all linemen for their courage and commitment to powering our communities, not just on Lineman Appreciation Day, but every day.
That concludes this presentation of sports on AM 990 at 93.7 FM KSVP and online at ksvptv.com. Sports on KSVP AM and FM and at ksvptv.com is presented by Abo Empire, Amigo Machinery, Artesia Animal Clinic, Artesia Credit Union, Artesia Ford Sales, Artesia General Hospital, Artesia Historical Museum, Artesia Plumbing and Heating, Big O Tires of Carlsbad, Bob Reed Pest Control, Kane Electric Supply, Carlsbad Ford, City of Artesia Police Department, Central Valley Electric Cooperative, Needs Incorporated, Devon Energy, Eddy County DWI, Edge Safety, Eastern New Mexico University Portales, and ENMU Roswell, Faith Baptist Church, Fens Country Market, Boris Tire of Artesia and Carlsbad, Guy Chevrolet, H&R Block of Artesia, Hermosa Church of Christ, Hawker & Son, Incredible Printing, J&J Home Care, J.S. Ward, KC Light Tower, KFC, La Fonda, Lois Oliver Real Estate, Los Agaves Restaurant, Mac Energy, Maupin & Brown Dentistry, Nels Floral, Pecos Valley Equipment, Pressure Services, Smile Expressions, Spur Energy Production, Tate Branch of Artesia, Turpinning & Son, Trustmark Roofing, Western Bank, and Wilbanks LLC. We now return you to your regular scheduled programming.
But one of the things that Trump's has done, for example, is the renaming the